I have a real issue about what's going on. I think these deacons, these ministers, and I think the churches, I think especially the black churches, I don't think the church is not doing enough.
You know,
but I don't mean to cut you off. Let me say this real quick. But I have a question. I have a question. Like I said before, fellas, how is it that Christianity becomes a white religion now? Okay, which they never started religion. It was always a black people started religion, astrology and everything else. And how is it a Muslim religion become a black religion? Why is it gays and transgenders become acceptable? Why is it that Christians don't even help the people, help the poor? You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to get rich, everybody trying to get over. You know what I'm saying? Why these women out here are having kids young, like nobody believe in marriage no more? I'm just gonna throw that out there, man. That's all. What y'all input on that?
Well, yeah, go ahead. I'll start. Religion, the first thing I think of is this word called hypocrisy. Now, how hypocrisy comes to play is most of us that were born Christian believe in the Christ and his father, God, also known as Elijah, who may also have some other names, and that there's the devil called Satan, who also has other names. Now, some people, especially people from South America, take religion, too much like as they have pride in it, or they really believe in it, and they're like hardcore religion addicts. And the only thing they live and breathe is religion. Now, I think religion is good to an extent, but I don't think religion should be part of a daily life routine. That's just my belief. I don't think people should just tell you to believe in what I believe, because everybody has their own religion. Now, one thing about religion in itself is that and I'm sure it says in the Bible that it says there will probably in some form words there would be no utopian society where everybody would be happy under one God or one etc. one type of living. Nobody can really be happy in this world. Just why we have so many wars going on, especially this thing in the Middle East, because nobody believes in what the other person's belief system is, or what have you, and two people want to believe in the same thing. But where things get going out of proportion is that people actually want to kill other people for not believing in what they believe in. That's why I think this war is going on over there. Now, religion itself should have always, and especially in history, I believe it should have always been separated from state. And that's why some people talk about church and state. And some countries, church and state together. Here, years ago it was, but now it's just separate. The church should always be separate from state. And government is something just like religion is its own entity. But religion is such a funny topic these days because people are killing over it, which I believe is wrong. And it doesn't say you should kill religion in the Bible.
Well, just to continue on the hypocrisy theme that you alluded to, it seems that like a lot of things that you see going on in church right now. I think one of the main reasons why these things are happening, it seems like most of the time when we speak to like pastors or so-called going church members, they say that it seems like the church is actually going down in like membership and so forth. And it seems like all these new type of modern things we see going on, like with these homosexuals and things like that. It seems as even though in the Bible these things have been outlawed, it seems like these churches, what they want to do is, they have their ulterior motive in a sense where they would invite all these people and allow them to act in the way that they act. We see it as being acceptable, even though it's not. But at the same time, we gotta realize that a lot of these churches and these pastors, they're not in it for the to be saved and save others. Right. They have their ulterior motive as to have a big congregation, get the money that you want. So they want to get everybody in, everybody feel comfortable, let them act the way that they want to act, and at the end of the day, what's gonna happen is Papa's getting better. He's claiming that the money, the tithe or whatever, that these people are giving, God will bless them even more as they give more, but it's a shame that, people would actually take religion and use it as use it for their own purpose. it's for their own benefit and gain.
That makes me think about this, certainly before my time, the story of Jim Jones. Not the rapper Jim Jones.
I know, yeah, I know.
Another figure called Jim
He was
Jones.
he was a cult leader, yeah.
Who I guess brainwashed people into believing that you could actually worship this and do as I say. At the same time, he was brainwashing these people, and that's pretty much the same thing as a serial killer does. Even though a serial killer kills people, in his own way, the same way he was doing it with everybody in his own way, just having them. What happened exactly? Made them drink some kind of
Drink poison, poison cocktail, yeah.
and made them all.
Right.
And
There was more black people that drunk than white.
Yeah, and I heard about this. I'm like, wait.
They went to South America. Yeah. And
No, I heard about this.
Yeah, it was deep. That was horrible. Yeah, he was a pastor. Yeah, he was a racist pastor.
Pastor do this, to people that follow him and praise him and stuff like that, and believe in him. And I think that's just absolutely horrible. So, I say this, that religion, can be very, however broad religion is, can also be a very dangerous topic in that not everybody is going to believe in the same thing you believe, whether it be one God or another type of God.
I want to say this though. I think that one thing about the Bible covers everything. The Bible is not going to sugarcoat nothing. It don't contradict nothing. I hate when people say that. So
the thing is, when we're reading the Bible, we can't just read it like that. We have to pray for God to give us the Holy Spirit, so that open our eyes and give us a better understanding as to what is actually in the scriptures. And one thing we have to take in mind, we cannot take the Bible literally. Because the Most High, the way He formed its parables and so forth in the Bible, it comes with a deeper meaning. You have to have a mindset where you can actually understand what is being conveyed, and from there on you can move on. But another important thing is, a lot of people they feel like they could just read the Bible, take it in a literal sense, or even take it in a sense, or if they feel this is what the interpretation is, they feel that is right, but that's not the way it's supposed to be. I mean, this is the Most High is supposed to give you the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding.
I'm going to so-called, before you start, so-called Muslims, right? Now, Muslims date back to like eons ago with Moses, the parting of the seas, etc. We have a lot of so-called Muslims right now who are really twisting the Bible or Torah, what have you, the book, we shall call it, and I find it very unsettling that they're doing that, because it's a very big false lie. I mean, in of itself, and it's just, I see these guys on the street corners almost every day, and I don't believe one word they're saying, because I know, what's said in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? All that they're just twisting it, and everything that's in the Bible. They just twist it, reverse it. They can brainwash you into believing what they believe.
I want to say this though. First of all, let's get to the root of what's going on in the religion aspect. First of all, Christianity is not a white religion. Let's throw it out there. It's not a white religion. It's actually a black religion, if anything, because when Adam and Eve was created, it was created in Ethiopia. That's in the King James version. You can find that in the Bible right there in Genesis, right there. They said the land of Ethiopia. That's where the daughter Eve was at. The land of Cush, Ethiopia. Because Cush ruled Ethiopia. He was the son of Ham. That's Noah's son. Also too. So basically, Adam and Eve were African people. You know what I'm saying? So when you have Africans nowadays believing in the Muslim religion, that's because they was invaded by the Arabs, which they are Caucasian people. They were invaded, and that's why when you invade somebody, you take away their religion, you replace it with your own. That's what happens. Even when the black people came over this country as slaves,
we didn't come over, we were forced over.
We was forced over here by the white man, shackled. There was a lot of stuff that was taken away from us as well, and they put what they believed on us. That's why you got a lot of scared black deacons and ministers or whatever. Instead of preaching, hey, let's the preaching of the word of God, they really preaching what they've been taught from the white man. Every time something happens to us, it's like, oh well, God's gonna take care of it. But wait a minute. Nat Turner, he was an African slave. He took a quote from the Bible, and in Isaiah. If matter of fact, it was in Isaiah, and actually on Isaiah 61, and it talks about how for a person who was sent by God, or anointed by God to free his people in whatever means necessary, to tell them good news and free his people, and that's exactly what he did. He did it whatever means necessary. So I'm saying, so for for y'all thinking saying that with Nat Turner, like, this man was a preacher. He knew the Bible backwards and forwards. He didn't want to talk about Jesus or whatever, because the white man used that to put us enslaved. That's how he kept us enslaved, by saying, well, it doesn't matter what we do to you. It's just that, hey, you know what? You get your reward when you get to heaven. What kind of shit is that? Now all y'all gays and lesbians, y'all need to stop it. Y'all not going to heaven. So that's straight. Y'all can have your own church. I don't know what God y'all serve, but y'all need to stop it.
Speaking of which, what do they call the homosexual church? I've never heard of this.
There's research that definitely needs to be done.
But what kind of God they actually serve? That's what I want to know. What do y'all serve? You can't be serving the same God I'm serving. You know what I'm saying? People won't believe in marriages no more. Exactly.
We already see it with the unveiling of these type of activities. We're in that time.
And y'all people, y'all need. And then y'all girls out there, y'all dudes having kids out of wedlock, y'all not married. No one like to marry no more. What's going on with that?
Yeah, very sad, very sad.
You know what I'm saying? So right now, for people out there, we live in the end of time, we live in Revelations right now. And it's really scary, and we get a little taste of it every day. So y'all thinking y'all can't believe, y'all cannot be God worshipers. I'm sorry. All y'all dudes out there, gang banging, killing each other and all that stuff, making babies. Y'all want me out there spreading your legs and all that stuff, and thinking then y'all want to go to church after when shit don't turn out for you. How come y'all can't do everything the right way? Why you gotta go to jail to get into believing God? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, how can a girl of like 26, my age, 21, 22, have like 2 kids, and she
by different men.
And she's only
by
like
different men.
The fathers don't even step up and play their role.
But that's nasty. It's nasty. It's disgusting.
2 kids, and you still have so much life ahead of you. That's just, it saddens me, and I see that as an ongoing trend with a lot of young girls these days, and it's really, really sad.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's really disgusting. I think religion, y'all thinkers and y'all masters, y'all not doing the job y'all should supposed to be doing. Y'all corrupting these churches, and that's why a lot of people are discouraged to go to church. Plain and simple. And let's go a little forward now into education. And I did talk about Nat Turner, which they don't really preach. His story don't never be told in history books now.
It won't be. As long as we're living in this society where the white man feels as if they'll be the root of our economy, they'll be the root of our schooling. They'll never tell the truth. The truth will basically hurt them. And if they were to tell the truth, how would they look? They would look as if they were hypocrites. But what we need to do as blacks, minorities, whatever race, creed that you are, we have to know what the truth is. We can't just accept, what the white man told us, because what they do is all the history, all the truth, they take it, they bury it, and they replace it with their lives. They spread it to the civics books, the social studies books, the history books. It's not the history, it's their made up history. And we just have to, open our eyes to these things and just realize who are the true founders, who contributed to the inventions and so forth. Because a lot of times as blacks, we don't get the respect that we should be given. And if they try to give us a little respect, it's just out of the intention where they want to seem as if everybody's on an equal playing field, but in reality we see that it doesn't exist.
I think it goes. I think what we need to do as a people, because I think a lot of minorities, other minorities like the Latinos and all that stuff, I don't think they respect us as much like they should because of the lack of our history. You see what I'm saying? Like, why is it that you got the Latinos calling black people niggas, you know what I'm saying, or they think that, you know, black people just one way. And we more than that, you know what I'm saying? I feel, you know what I'm saying, like the first dynasties of Egypt, you know, African rule over Egypt, and they the one who created, you know, astrology and all that stuff. But that won't be in history. But instead, we learn in fucking Napoleon and fucking Julius Caesar. You know, these people were invaders. The Alexander the Great, these people was invaders. And did you know Julius Caesar? You know what I'm saying? Or Alexander the Great, actually, Alexander the Great, he was afraid to go to Ethiopia because them motherfuckers was ready to fight. And he took over Egypt, but he didn't want to go to Ethiopia, right? You know what I'm saying? Or he was too afraid to go there because motherfuckers was ready. Them Africans was ready. Yeah, come to my territory, we killing every last one of y'all motherfuckers. And that's what happened. But they don't never tell you that in the history books. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to put us to think that we still inferior. But back when we were soldiers, women fought. Women, it was the first black woman was what's her name? Queen. She was a queen something, but she was commander. She was a commander of Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? But they don't. There's a lot of stuff that black people they will never tell us. Yeah. They will never tell us.
I find it fascinating. It's history that they never tell us. I mean, and one thing these kids are probably not even doing is exploring. You know, what's so much history.
There's so much history out there. So much.
You know, it's a lot of bullshit lies for my friends that they teach you in school that I wish I'd learned. You know, when I was in school, and now I'm learning even more history. Just now I'm reading a book of the Vietnam War, looking up to the Vietnam War.
Right.
I wanna know what happened, what actually happened that they didn't tell us, that the media didn't tell us. What they didn't tell us about the civil rights movement, what happened, Malcolm X, JFK, etc. JFK, well, you know, he was in knee-deep shit, and that's why he got assassinated essentially, and then told you that in school. There's a lot of history that they don't show you, and that's especially
they try to sugarcoat it to make it seem these people were innocent people,
really,
and see, but like I said too, you know, and I blame some of these teachers too. You know what I'm saying? Because I got left back when I was in second grade because you know, it's a white teacher. She didn't give a fuck. It was like one less nigga in her class. You know what I'm saying? Because I wrote too big. I knew how to write, but I was still writing like a first grader.
But how was your penmanship though? Was it good?
It was good. But she felt that because I wrote real big, because I was taking up 3 lines instead of taking up 2 lines in the middle. I took up like 3 lines. And instead of her saying, you know what, no, told my mother, look, I got him, let me just show him how to write, you know, within those 2 lines. She didn't want to be bothered. She was in second grade, and I got left back in first grade. But you got a lot of teachers out there too, just there to get a paycheck. Y'all go to these urban communities and teaching these black kids and these Latino kids, and y'all don't care. Y'all go there to get a paycheck, and y'all not really. Most of y'all don't really care about teaching these kids. That's why y'all need police officers in the schools. I never heard that before. What the hell you need police officers? And then if a fight breaks out or whatever, guess what? The kids go to the precinct instead of going to the principal's office. What kind of shit is that? Do y'all do that do they do that in the white schools? I don't think so. So this urban education out here is bullshit, man. That's why these kids rather go to jail than go to Harvard or go to law school. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all not doing what y'all supposed to do.
Another thing that illustrates your point, guys, is that these kids are getting disrespectful every day, and I still see it. And it's not changing. It really
kids are really getting out of hand.
Me and it's very disappointing.
They're really getting out of hand.
I mean, if we can't have another great Mayor Dinkins, or say another Fernando Ferrer, who man running for mayor against Giuliani, if we can't have other minorities coming in that are actually smart enough to make a change in our government, how is our youth going to change if they're not taking advantage of so much knowledge that's out there? They're still being the same knuckleheads that we see on the buses and the trains at 3 o'clock coming back from work.
Exactly. What you got to say?
Well, the whole education system, it seems it really needs a revamp. I mean, all the money that the government has, I mean, these schools in these urban areas, they need to be provided with more funding. I mean, you can't really. I mean, I know some school. I'm not gonna mention the name, but I see kids coming with textbooks that they're outdated.
Yeah, that's true.
Outdated books.
That's true.
Hardly any resources,
Right.
and they expect the kids to, to learn off of these things. I mean, it's not right.
And they gotta realize technology is advancing. A lot of new materials coming out.
Yeah.
You can't really teach these kids old stuff that I've been, you know what I'm saying, was learning. You know, you gotta keep the books fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have new editions every year. Because there's new information out there. And I don't, like I said that they taking the federal government is taking that funding. Well, you know, and then I found out in my old high school, Louis D. Brandeis actually, the principal, they fined her because she was taking the school money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they investigated her. Now she's out of that school. Now there's a new principal in Louis D. Brandeis because of that. You know what I'm saying? And I knew something was wrong because our books was old.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the money? No new locker rooms. And then what's so fucked up now, this is where I was going back how corrupted the education system is. Instead of you rebuilding a driver's ed class in there, you know, and I finally took that driver's ed class before they shut it down. And guess what they put it in there? Guess. A daycare center. It just shows you what kind of mentality the government has and the school system has, man. You know, you don't care about the students. Stop it. You don't care about the students. You know what I'm saying? And then when they do graduate from high school, they're not really college material. I know I wasn't. And I thought I knew how to read or write. You know what I'm saying?
I thought I was gonna get fucked.
I didn't start learning how to read and write until I got into college.
I mean, I thought I would be having like straight A's by the time I reached college myself. I'm like, what the hell happened, you know? I mean, at least I passed, but still, like, I can't be as smart as the next kid, you know? They have to give us better books, and that. It's just, you know, education needs to step up. You know, when teachers start protesting for a better, you know, salary, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Teachers have been doing that for the past 20
Exactly.
years.
It's all about money, man. Everybody's trying to get rich. Nobody's don't care about the people no more. Even with the whole government, it's not about the people, it's about themselves. It's like one man for himself. It's really fucked up.
I just want to add on, I mean, us blacks, minorities, or what have you, that are actually, want to strive for more. Just be aware that, even with, CUNY schools and so forth, I mean, not everybody has to go to a Harvard or whatever.
Exactly.
There's a lot of opportunities that you could take advantage of. I mean, CUNY schools, even Brooklyn College, that's one of the best.
University.
Yeah, from Christian Review, they said like you get the best bang for your buck.
Exactly, that's true.
We have to realize that don't get into the conception that you have to go to Harvard or whatever school that it is. But if you get a quality education and you know what you want in life, and you know how to get what you want and put yourself in a position where you can compete with anybody else. Because I know there's a lot of CUNY graduates that compete with students from NYU and so forth. They can stand on that same playing field. The quality of education is the same.
It is. That's what it is. That's all it is.
Yeah, what you need to know is that don't feel as if you're disrespected or you're lower than anybody else. But just know that if you get that education, you know what you want, just continue striving for it. The Most High definitely open doors for you.
Yeah, it's true.
The sky's the limit.
That's so true. And it's not the students' fault. It's really about these corporations. They think because you go to, because you come from Harvard or Pace or whatever, all these universities, private schools, they think because they smart and they smarter than a person who comes from a CUNY school or SUNY school, which is not true at all. Because you got idiots that come out of, you got D average, C average. Look at Bush. He's a C average, and he brags about that he's a C average.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He said you can graduate, you can go to Harvard and still become a C average student. You know what I'm saying? And he's cool with that. So don't be fooled of the hype. You know what I'm saying? It's all hype and it's all it's bullshit.
It is. It really is.
You know, and like I said, man, we just have to, you know, I just think right now, fellas, we just have to just put these people on blast and just let it be known, like, look, we know what y'all doing, and what y'all doing is fucked up. You know, when it comes down to religion and how these churches they accept any of your body. I never heard that. You know, stop embracing the wicked. These people are wicked people. Yeah. Stop embracing the wicked. Homosexuals, transgenders, they're wicked people. I never heard. Why would a transgender would be on a website looking for men? And then stand on a transgender. What purpose? What am I supposed to brag? What am I supposed to get with a transgender and say you're a woman? And then I'm supposed to brag to my friends, oh, I got a bomb transgender chick, yo. She got a big butt. You know what I'm saying? Like how
you can't.
How can I do that? And then that transgender gonna expect me to show off. To want to bring it to. I can't bring that to my mama if I. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't do it if I was single.
You can't. Can't lie,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up I did not want to believe a man didn't want to be a woman. Yeah. You know, I thought men because when I was growing up, and I think men was supposed to be macho.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Boys didn't want to hang out with girls or want to be a girl. If you even think about being a girl, you'll get teased.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it's a cool thing to become a bitch.
I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here.
Lesbians around each other.
Yeah.
And that's another thing.
I see lesbians like every day.
Women not being women nowadays. What's up with that?
What's happening?
You know what I'm saying? What is this world coming to? People don't want to.
Sodom and Gomorrah times. It's a shame.
And then you talk about the healthcare.
Healthcare.
Before you continue, fellas.
Yeah.
I went to the doctor to get checked out. Got my HIV and all. Just seeing if I was cool. And I went to an emergency room because the clinic went to St. Vincent because the clinic was closed on the weekends. So they told me to go to the emergency room because they was doing the clinical side. So I'm like, okay. I went there. And after I got my results or whatever, when I got my bill was almost $500. $500 freaking dollars. You know what I'm saying? And I had to pay it. I had to pay it.
Did you have insurance?
I had insurance. The insurance paid most of it, but I still had a freaking large bill. You know what I'm saying? I never heard that. We're the only country, and I remember you had said this, and I think you said this too. We're the only country that paying for health care. Why? Why are we
This is
paying?
how our government is.
Canada don't have to pay for health care.
Canada has free health care.
Cuba don't have to pay for health
Free
care.
health care.
The prisons, our prisons,
Free fucking health care.
don't have to pay health care. They get free medical, and guess who's paying for it? We still paying for it.
Us.
And why is
The
that?
common people.
Why is
something
that?
we shouldn't be paying for.
Yeah.
Our government should be providing us for free.
No, but the government instead of taking care of that issue, they're ready to take on billions of dollars over some war that none of us care about. You know what I'm saying? And it goes. I think it all goes back to the government. You know, it all goes back to the government. You know,
Which leads me to think of our downward spiral of today's economy, and it saddens me that our economy isn't going up where it should, and providing more things for us that we need, along with jobs and other such like that. But what's wrong with today's economy? I wish it was better. It's just what's it take?
I mean, unfortunately, as we can see in Wall Street and so forth, there's been like a crisis is basically fueled by subprime mortgages that was given up. There's the American dream is homeownership, and past August, everything crumbled. But even before that, the main aim was to give everybody a chance to get like a reasonable price mortgage, so everybody could basically live the dream. But apparently, the prices of these mortgages, they were relatively low. They had low interest rates, but eventually, as the bubble began to pop, interest rates increase, and as the interest rates increase, monthly payments increase, and foreclosures continue to happen. And unfortunately, a lot of these investment banks, they felt that they'll have a nice return by investing into these subprime mortgages. As the bubble pop, that basically just like a domino effect. Company after company is Person was, which company was it?
It was Bear Stearns, right? Bear Stearns got affected.
And just recently, Lehman
Lehman
Brothers.
Brothers, Morgan Stanley.
Well, Merrill Lynch is on the way.
Merrill Lynch, right?
It's really a lot of issues going on.
And it's getting scary out here. It's really getting scary out here. But like I said, I think it's not what's the fixed rates. It was actually the adjustable rates on these mortgages. When you have adjustable rate, yes, they adjust your rate. And basically it don't go down, it goes up. A lot of people been affected by it. You hear every day on the news, people out there are, there's one situation I told you about, a lady committed suicide to save her house. Her house was still been foreclosed. So, and her husband didn't even know about it, that she killed herself. Or even know about the house was being foreclosed. Another situation in NYPD, a guy was robbing banks because he was trying to save his house.
I remember that.
Being foreclosed. And this is an NYPD. You know what I'm saying? So something is terribly wrong, people. Something is terribly wrong. But like I said, man, we really, this country is going downhill.
With the first so-called African American candidate for president, Barack Obama. What do you think he can bring to the table? Me personally, I hope he can bring.
I mean, we've seen the issues at hand.
Yeah.
He has to, dive in and.
Because everybody wants change from him.
Definitely.
I want change from him. I didn't vote for him. I voted for Hillary. Just like, guys, I just want to see him actually bring this change that he seems to always be talking about. If he does make it to the presidential chair.
He's not really too sure what's going to happen. He said for himself, he's like, I don't know how we're going to do it. Now, I don't want to hear that. You ran for president. I don't want to hear, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to have to do something. I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that either.
I don't want to hear about
I can stand up and say that.
Yeah.
Anybody can say that.
Anybody can. Yeah.
You're in a position of.
You in a position, I'm assuming that you can get the money. You know what I'm saying? You ran for president, because then it's gonna make me like say, okay, so what's the point running if you don't got your shit together? So now it's more like, okay, you did that to stop Hillary from winning, because you was so bent on not seeing a woman become president. Now, and all the countries don't have a problem having a woman become leadership. If she got some good ideas, guess what? Bill's gonna run it anyway. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to see a Clinton legacy. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's part of the problem. He's not part of the solution. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to be honest, will I vote? I don't think so. I won't vote.
I remain skeptical because even though he seems a great candidate, I just hope the man practices what he preaches. He talks good, but let's see if he doesn't. And about this Palin woman, what's her name? Sarah Palin?
Oh, that's right.
Who's this running as vice president to McCain. The experience that she has is really wishy-washy. To me, this woman
Basically, nobody really knows her.
Yeah. Some woman from Alaska.
Governor from Alaska. I mean, plus there's been some dirt pulled on the rug from her, because he has her racist tendencies.
Of course.
She called Barack Obama a Sambo. Sambo beat the bitch, referring to Hillary Clinton.
Ain't that something?
But I mean, this doesn't really surprise me, because politics is politics. And at the end of the day, these politicians, they'll put on a facade as if, of course, they want to lead a certain way of thinking. At the end of the day, they're doing the same thing as anybody else.
And I have to say, when I was watching the Republican convention, I've never seen a funnier one than that. I just like the whole fucking 45 minutes just made me laugh. I mean, even from the time Sarah Palin went up and gave her speech, she was trying to be funny, but she was actually funnier because she wasn't being serious about what she was talking about at all. As with McCain, he's a copycat. He was just trying to, revert what Barack Obama said, but trying to make it his own speech. He's nobody new. So I don't even know why even Republicans are supporting him.
Also, fellas, I want to say this real quick. Before we continue, I just want to say, let everybody know that we definitely represent the streets when we talk about this stuff. Me and my homeboy right here, we on the source.
That's right.
All right? You know what I'm saying? We definitely represent the streets. There's no fake background. This is definitely the streets. You know what I'm saying? And soon my homeboy gonna be in it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we were definitely rocking the streets. Like I said, I'm from Harlem on the west side. You know what I'm saying? Representing all my west siders out there in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? And that's little Africa to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely keeping it real when we talk about these things. You know what I'm saying? And I know my dudes, they from Brooklyn. They hold Brooklyn down. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. NYC. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, across the board, it's all love. You know, and we just like to thank everybody just for supporting us. You know, this will be on a wider media outlet. It should be on YouTube.
YouTube,
soon.
definitely.
Pass the word, and I mean, thank you for the support.
And like I said, just give us your comments and put your invite, put your input on what you think about what we saying. If y'all feeling this, y'all feeling this. If y'all dumb, you're dumb. But I'm just letting you know the truth is real. You know what I'm saying? It's out there. You know what I'm saying?
Very real.
I mean, we could even speak on topics that you guys you want to be discussed. If there's something going on that we didn't show enough support to, or we didn't raise it up in discussion, we can always make a comment, and then we'll definitely put that into consideration for our next segment, because this will continue going on. There's always issues at hand, and we feel that it will be a benefit for us to speak on it, and other people who may not know about it, they could be enlightened.
Yeah, of course, exactly. So I guess we got a couple of more minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm thinking about as far as movies. Well, in the art world, we have movies coming out. Dark Knight was probably the most fantastic Batman movie I've ever seen.
Dark Knight was crazy.
I saw it twice. Once on a regular screen, and the second time I did an IMAX.
You saw it at IMAX, man?
Finally.
Wow.
I was involved. It's amazing.
Wow.
You have to go see it at the IMAX. Well, you did.
Yeah, I know I did, yeah.
Yeah, check it out the IMAX.
Okay.
It's amazing. All the action sequences and it's just right up in your face. Amazing.
But Heath Ledger's performance, come on.
Heath Ledger's performance is flawless. It's sad to see him go. He was one of the best
You
actors
didn't really
I've
get
ever
the
seen.
chance to see how well he did.
He was just honing his skills, and after Brokeback Mountain, he was nominated for an award, I believe. And in this one as the Joker, I've never seen a scary Joker.
They coming out with another Batman, and they thinking about the guy from doing the Pirates Caribbean.
Oh,
He may be doing
Johnny
a
Depp?
Johnny Depp. He may be doing a Riddler.
Riddler.
The
Johnny
dark
Depp.
version of the Riddler. Yeah.
Johnny Depp as a
They
Riddler.
trying to get him to
That
do
sounds kind of
it.
cool.
Yeah, I think he'll be a good. I think
Yeah,
he'll be
I think so.
fantastic. I think he'll be fantastic. You know what I'm saying?
Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah, he's